Hi, this video is for Wednesday, September 2nd, and today's video I don't think will be very long, just as I was looking at my to-do list. So let's go to our calendar. So our calendar for today is our ladybug. So again, sorry I got cut off here, but we're on Wednesday the 2nd, so let me zoom in here. So I like to start off with our daily packet. So I'm going to go to daily packet. So we're unit 1, week 2, and now we're on day 3. So day 3 is where I'm going to go. So at the top it says here, unit 1, week 2, day 3. Okay, so we have to choose the correct word to complete the sentence. So we have open napkin. Could you please, the door? Open, I think makes more sense there, right? Not napkin, open. We have now no and problem. I have a big, could you please help me out? I have a big problem, not a big no. My tooth is aching. Oh, yeah, a little period there. My tooth is aching. I need to visit my dentist. My silent dentist makes more sense. Read the sentence, then write it correctly. It says, I see a herd of sheep. So first thing I see is that we need to change that to a capital I. See. And this herd here is like the listening herd. We want to change this herd to H-E-R-D, which is a group of sheep, because we don't want like listening sheep. We want a group, a herd of sheep. I see, oops, I forgot my A. Yeah, a little carrot there. I see a herd of sheep. And then that's our correction. So we had to capitalize, change the spelling, and add punctuation at the end. Right, and now our facts here. 4 plus 6 makes 10. 10 plus 7 is 17. 4 plus 6 makes 10. Add nothing, still 10. 8 plus 2 makes 10. 10 plus 2 is 12. No. 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 2, 14. 5 plus 5 make 10. 10 plus 4 is 14. 5 plus 5, also 10. Plus 4, 13. Oops, forgot to write 14 and 13 here. Okay, and then we have our facts family, which was yesterday's math lesson. So big number goes last for addition. Big number goes first for subtraction. We're going to go 9 plus 3 is 12. Flip flop. 3 plus 9 is 12. And we're going to go 12 minus 9 is 3. 12 minus 3 is 9. So flip flopping those digits around. Matt has 7 black caps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I already drew a cap there. Cat has 9 green caps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many caps do Matt and Cat have? So total, they have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So they have 16 total. I can also look at my problem. 7 plus 9. If I take 1 away from 7, you can make that 10 plus 6 is 16. So however you work that out, 16 caps is the total. Okay, so that is our daily packet day 3, which now takes us to our pamphlet. So yesterday we did the spelling word sort, vocabulary, and your 5 sentences all by yourself. So now we're going into the grammar pieces. So for the grammar, I always like to reread this piece on the front of your pamphlet because it describes the grammar piece. It explains it. So our grammar skill this week is collective nouns. So collective nouns name a group of people, places, or things. A collective noun is a singular even though it names more than one. Oh, sorry, a collective noun is singular, even though it names more than one. A collective noun is used with a singular verb. A singular verb ends in S. So our class learns together. The team runs to the goal. My family loves each other. So when we think of the word class, like our class learns together, we think of multiple kids, lots of kids in a classroom. The team, we think of lots of people in a team running to the goal. So describing a group of people, and family, we think of a few people in our family. My family loves each other. So all of these words, when you read the one word, it describes several people. Okay, so then we're going to go into our grammar. Just 1 second. I'm going to turn on my fan here. Getting a little warm. Okay, so I'm going to start here. I'm on page 3. So page 3 at the bottom, page 3. Underline the collective noun. So the word that tells you there's more than one of something. There are a herd of buffalo. So this one is the herd, and that was that word we corrected in our packet today. So not spelled E-A-R-D, spelled this way, E-R-D. So the herd of buffalo, a group of buffalo. A swarm of bees were by the tree. So swarm is a group of bees. The flock of seagulls were at the beach. Flock describes that group of seagulls. Replace the noun in the parentheses with the collective noun from the box. So it looks like we have 3 words, audience, herd, and range. And we have 4 questions or 4 problems here to replace the noun. So we'll probably use one of those collective nouns twice, maybe. So the people clapped. So out of audience, herd, and range, which word kind of fits that blank the best? I think audience. So I'm going to write, instead of people, I'm going to just cross off people, and we'll put a little backwards caret. Make it go down like a little arrow. The audience clapped. The mountain was beautiful. So we want to make it a group of mountains, not just a mountain. So this is going to be a range. The range, let me cross it off. So the mountain range, lots of mountains together. The range was beautiful. The deer ran in the forest. So we're going to replace deer with herd. The herd ran in the forest. And a lot of times they'll, in a sentence, will add the descriptive word of what kind of herd, because a herd can describe many different groups of animals. So we could probably even say the herd of deer ran in the forest or something like that. Just like up here, we had like the herd of buffalo, the swarm of bees, the flock of seagulls. So we'll put here the herd of deer, just to be more descriptive. The speech drew a large crowd. So we'll replace crowd with audience again, describing a group of people. We'll add our period. So that's the grammar piece on page 3. We're going to go to page 4. So right behind it here, it says highlight the collective noun in each sentence, then write the correct form of the verb. So first I'm going to go through and I'll underline just because I don't have a highlighter handy here. Highlight the collective noun. So the word that tells you it's a group of something. Our team plays soccer. Our team plays soccer. And then the verb, the action plays. Our team plays soccer. I think it makes more sense with plays. Our team plays soccer. The pack, so pack is meaning the collective noun there, the group. The pack of wolves look for food. The pack of wolves look for food. So they were saying that in the front, that a collective noun is singular, even though it names more than one. A collective noun is used with a singular verb. a singular verb ending in S. So it sometimes follows that pattern, but not always. The choir, like here's where we'll have to change one. So far these two sound good. The pack of wolves look for food. The choir, this one it will be where instead of the choir sing at the concert, I'm going to make a loop here, like an editing mark. And I'm gonna do that downwards caret again. The choir, this is, I guess we could have just added an S after sings at the concert. The choir sings at the concert. A herd of elephants run. A herd of elephants run. So this one we don't want to add S. A herd of elephants runs. A flock of birds fly. I think that one's good to stay the way it is. A flock of birds fly. The crowd cheers at the game. So the crowd is a group. So let's just go back through all the words here. So we have team, meaning lots of people playing together. Pack, a group of wolves. Choir, a group of people singing together. Herd was a group of elephants. Flock was that group of birds. And crowd, that group of people. So all of these words describing collective nouns. And the only one we had to fix was adding an S to sing, making it sings, the choir sings. The rest of them I think sound good the way they are. All right, so that has us finish our grammar pages in our pamphlet 3 and 4, which moves us over now to our government's law. So we're going to read 22 through 25. We're gonna finish reading it and circle the word jury in paragraph 9 and make 2 sentences using that word jury. So I'm going to go to page 22. So that's right here, starting on paragraph 7. So I'm going to reread all the way up until page 25. What happens when a law gets broken? Many things can happen when a law gets broken. Here is an example. When a school bus has stopped to let students get on or off, a car is not allowed to pass the school bus. An accident could happen. It is against the law for a car to pass a school bus that has stopped for students. That's a very important law. Because yeah, those kids could be walking across the street and if a car's passing by, that would not be good. Paragraph 8. One day, a driver does not stop. He drives past a school bus that has stopped for students. A police officer sees this. He goes after the car. He makes the driver stop. The officer writes a ticket, that's one of our words, and gives it to the driver. The ticket says which law the driver broke. The ticket also lists a fine, so money they have to pay. The driver may have to pay a fine. And then they have a little picture there describing what it might look like. Okay, and I've already circled the word jury that they asked us about in our calendar to circle that word. And then what we're going to do is make up 2 sentences using that word. So let's learn about a jury. Sometimes a person must go to court. In a courtroom, a judge is in charge. The judge knows all about laws. A jury is a group of people. They are chosen to listen to court cases. A judge and jury listen to see if the person broke the law. That person may hire a lawyer to help. A lawyer knows all about laws too. What happens in a courtroom? First, a person tells his or her side of the story. Then, the jury decides if the person broke the law. Next, the judge decides what happens to the person. And then we have a few pictures on the bottom that kind of describe these words. So we have a courtroom, we have a courthouse, the building, a judge, a person that knows the laws and makes the final decision, the jury who helps the judge make a decision, and then a lawyer, someone that's helping the people that are on trial. conclusion, there are federal, state, and local governments. They all pass laws. The laws help keep people safe. The laws help keep order. Police officers help keep order too. Sometimes a law gets broken. A judge may have to decide what happens to someone who breaks the law. I'm going to go back here to paragraph 9. So I circled jury, and now I'm going to use this word in two different sentences. Kind of how we go back here and we write sentences for our words. So similar to that, but this time we're going to write two different sentences. So your goal is to maybe at least come up with one of your own. If you can't think of any, you can use some from the story, or you can use the examples that I use. But try to get creative and see if you can make one up of your own. So jury. So maybe I'll say, and this has happened to me. I got a jury duty notice in the mail. So jury duty is when you're kind of here where it says chosen to listen to court cases. So they send you a letter in the mail, and it'll tell you this is the day or the days you need to come to court, and you're just there listening to the different sides of the story, and you kind of give your opinion, and as a group decide, are they guilty, not guilty. But then of course, like the story says, the judge is the person that makes that final decision. So that's one sentence. We need one more with the word jury. Maybe the jury, meaning the group there, group of people, the jury made a decision. So the jury, a group of people, you have to work together to look at all the evidence, all the different information you're given, and they all have to make a decision together, and everyone has to agree on one thing. So the jury made a decision. Sometimes it's easy, but a lot of times it's tricky to figure out which way you want to go, especially when there's that many people involved. So those are my two sentences. Again, you can make your own. You can look in the story, or you can use these here. Okay, so that is our government's laws 22 through 25 are two sentences. So same as Monday, Tuesday, I'm just going to check us off for Spanish because that's you on your own. You get to practice Spanish by making your flashcards, working in your packet, use your whiteboard, go to Seesaw, the Spanish link for the virtual classroom, read those books, watch those videos, play those games. All that is very useful and helpful. Our test will be this Friday, September 4th. So keep practicing that Español on colores, animales, 1 through 20, 1 a 20. Okay, so that brings us to our last piece, is our matemáticas. Our matemáticas today, we have lesson 7. And today's math, there's something that is going to come up every once in a while. And you guys are going to say, ah! You guys are going to get excited when you see this because it's less independent work. So every once in a while, you'll get a sheet of paper that has, like today, our regular independent practice that we see. When you flip it to the back, it says going digital. So anytime it says going digital, we don't have access to this, or we might, I don't know, but we've never used it. We don't ever do the digital part of it. And maybe it's something we'll consider using during this distance learning, but we've never used it before. So anytime you see this, you can just skip it for now. And we're just going to do these examples together, 3, 4, 5. So this lesson again was using objects, and you can use counters in your work mat. Remember that in your blue folder, you have counters, and you also have a little mat to work in. So this is your 10 frame, so it's an orange paper, and then you have your counters that you've cut out. So you can use this to help you solve your problems if you need it, or any tools that you feel are helpful. You can also go on our math manipulatives through our Seesaw virtual classroom. There's digital manipulatives if you prefer that. For now, I'm just going to use paper, pencil, and maybe draw pictures. So Joe has 6 toy horses. Hakeem gives Joe some toy horses. So they start off with 6 total, and then he's given some more, but we don't know how many more. Let me zoom in. Some more toys. He now has 9. Ooh, okay. So in order to, so this one, I'm going to write a problem up here, but it's going to look different down here because really I'm going to subtract. So basically it's saying this: 6 plus something gives us 9. So you can do this problem. It's going to depend on you, however you solve it. So you can do it both ways. You can do it by adding and subtracting. If you're doing it by adding, it'd probably look like this, where you're doing 6 plus what equals 9. And maybe you can count on 7, 8, 9. Oh, 6 plus 3 gives me 9. Or you can subtract and say 9 minus 6. If you do your whole, subtract a part, you're going to get your missing part, which is also 3. So if you want to do it this way, if this way makes more sense to you, you can say add. But if you work kind of backwards and you have your whole minus the part you know gives you the part you need to know, you can choose subtract. I'm going to pretend I just did subtract, but again, this way works too, and it is correct. This one here is, there are 10 markers. How many markers can Sam have, and how many can Lucas have? Oh, it looks like this one you can really be creative. You have 10 total, and you just get to pick any 2 numbers that make 10. So you can do 1 and 9, 2 and 8, 3 and 7, 4 and 6, 5 and 5. You can keep going. And really any combination that makes 10 is your answer. I'll stick with my doubles. I'll say Sam has 5 and Lucas has 5. So they can have the same amount. Juan reads 5 books. Betty reads 2 more books than Juan. So Juan read 5. She reads 2 more than that. How many did she read in all? She read 7 altogether. And we had to add to get that answer. All right, well, that is our 3 independent practice problems, which now I check us off here, and we are finished with Wednesday's activities. All right, see you on Thursday. Adios.